VibesWitIvyy, and we are back with Baddies USA. With episodes 3-5, we will get into the chaos, the drama, the betrayal, the rivalries of it all. Better late than never, so let's not waste no goddamn time. Episode 3 starts with Tinka and Dolly going at it. And like I said before, Tinka, you're just not quick enough. Dolly gives Tinka a quick miska muska, and the girls try to stop it. The guards now come in, but it's too damn late. Dolly already did her in. They start going back and forth, and I realize that Dolly nose is sort of bleeding. But if you pay attention, Tinka had on rings. Either way, Natalie pulls up to the crib, and I gotta say, I was happy to see her. We was missing her episode 2, but she showed up episode 3. She's waiting for the girls to pop up as they do, and they're happy to see her as well. They greet and give hugs and all of that. Natalie then shares a few words with the girls before showing them the beautiful house. She loved it, they loved it, I loved it. But I'm not gonna lie, I took one look at that goddamn pool and I said, no one had no damn nerve to clean it. But hey, that didn't matter, and that did not stop Tavy from being dared to go jump inside of it, which she did. All I could do is shake my head, but I mean, I guess you only live once. As the girls are chopping it up with Scotty playing with her dog Capri, we have another van pull up with some more of the girls. They're lit, they're happy to see Natalie as well. But of course, that happiness never lasts too long, because Tinka and Dolly decide to do another fade. And baby, when I tell you, I'm just like, Tinka, you're not never gonna catch up with someone's hands that move faster than Mexican music. Just call her Nas Jr., with all respect. But either which way, Dolly definitely gets the W. I'm sorry, Tinka, you lost. They break it up and Summer gets involved. Now, this is the first time we see cracks in the big three. At this point, I'm not sure if it's like a buildup that happened or it's just something that actually triggered them that day, but it seemed like Dolly and Lex seemed to be quite over Summer. Very much so. But either way, Summer accidentally grabs Dolly's titty, and Dolly's screaming, "No, you got my titty, you got it!" I'm like, damn, man. That shit look like it kind of hurt, no bull. Lex wastes no time to let Summer know that you're doing too much. Stop! Summer already is like, I don't give a damn. I'm gonna do what I want. And I must say, like I said before, these were the first signs of the cracks in the friendship. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what was going on that day in particular. I don't know if it was the drink that Summer was drinking, but it seemed like irritation when it came to Summer was on an all-time high, because I've never seen them actually interact with her this way before. It makes you really wonder, are you guys really fed up with her? You fed up? Or are you switching up? Either which way, Lex continues to yell and tell her to stop, and Summer continues not to listen. Summer yells 3 rounds and it's done. Lex is like, I know exactly what it is. She's off the lick. And honestly, I can't even lie here. I feel a little bad for Natalie. She only had 1 damn day off, and she comes back to this. Natalie says, we're going to the goddamn backyard. Let's go. And they do. The girls are now in the backyard chopping it up, and Natalie takes this moment to say to the girls, once again, I've been going through a lot. Mentally, it's been just a bunch. And I'm just like, Natalie, we understand. We really do understand. Because all jokes aside, no one would be able to play this position the way that you do. She's talking about baddie chains, and out of nowhere, Cold Killer's talking about the beef with Tinka. Cold Killer's like, you trying to throw stuff? You doing this, you doing that? And Tinka's like, you was trying to spit. They're going back and forth. Cold Killer's like, I'll never shut up. And Natalie's like, all right. Natalie gathers the girls, and then she starts to lay down the law about what they will be doing on this season and on this tour. As the girls continue to chop it up in the backyard, we see another goddamn truck pull up. And what do you know? It's Tasiki the Eater. She comes out the goddamn truck looking like she hasn't had a meal in a couple of days now. And I think she might smell an appetizer. Either way, she comes strolling in with Anna and Biggie behind her. They come in all happy and cheery just to be met with a boo. And of course, that was Summer, and Natalie turns to her like, why are you booing them? And I'm just like, is it not obvious? There's beef. They start giving out hugs, and we hear Summer in the background making little remarks. Even Biggie comes over asking for validation. And I don't know why you was seeking it from Summer, but she says, yeah, you good. Bye. And Biggie was really just stuck, standing there. Like, excuse me? Yeah, she just sent you on your way. I'm not gonna lie, moments like that from Summer is pure comedy. Out of nowhere, Dolly and Anna start to go back and forth, and Dolly was like, look, Anna, we used to be cool. Anna's like, look, yeah, but you traded me for this dumb, dirty And I'm like, damn, Anna. Alrighty then. Summer then gets involved and said, who is dumb and dirty? As Anna says, you! As Tasiki stands there and looks around like, you know I haven't ate, and I'm about ready to take down this appetizer. Either way, Anna and Dolly is still going back and forth, and Dolly's saying, I wouldn't fight you anyway, you're too small. And now Summer gets involved, and she's like, I don't want to hear that shit. And now Dolly is agitated. She tells Summer, please, please. Highly annoyed. But there's no stopping Summer. She continues to go on. And one thing that I take from this whole thing, honestly, is that Summer is true to herself and always will be, no matter who it is and what is going on. She's gonna be her, regardless. Now, can behavior like this be dangerous? Yes, but I'm just calling it how I see it. As they continue to waste time going back and forth, Anna makes a statement and says, we said we liked Lex and Dolly, never Summer. And I'm just like, oh, wow. So I see that others are actually playing a role in this whole divide. Interesting. As this back and forth is going on, Summer directs her energy to Tasiki, talking about, if you want to slap me or whatever the hell she was saying. Tasiki said this was the green light I was waiting for. She steps up and gets her pimp hands ready to waste no goddamn time and walk up and pimp slap the shit out of her. Everyone's shook because they know she hasn't ate a full meal. But Peep Lex, y'all. Just saying. Dolly blocks Summer like, all right, y'all, all right, because she's even shook. She ain't trying to get ate again. No pun intended. And honestly, I was glad someone at least tried to get in the middle, regardless of the fact that she's putting herself in these situations on her own. If you are truly her friend, that is what a friend does. I'm just saying. Tasiki starts getting her pimp hands ready again. Summer, unfortunately, is not trying to hear it, and she said, you're mad for what? Tasiki says, stop talking to me. I wasn't even saying anything to this girl. It's chaotic, and Lex tries to come in to calm Summer down. But Summer's like, I'm not scared of you, Tasiki. You're not bullying me. And honestly, y'all, I know y'all probably don't really like Summer, for the ones that don't, but you gotta give it to her. The girl got heart. Summer then goes on to say, you're not a bully. And I'm not even gonna say it. But that's when she took it too damn far. And this is when I say you should have never involved yourself with something so personal. Something too sensitive when it comes to a family dynamic. That was out of line, Summer. That was out of line. They dragged Summer away and let her know you cannot do that. But she still doesn't want to hear it. Natalie cuts in and says, look, she was talking, so let her talk. Summer walks back over, and I'm just like, she's doomed. Summer said, you want to fight me? Fight your sister. Everyone's telling Summer to shut up, even though she's not going to. And out of the blue, Code Killer sneaks Tika, and I was kind of confused, because I'm kind of like, Code Killer, didn't you just call this out just like a few minutes ago? If you wanted to fade, then why didn't you just do it? Either way, they start squaring up. Everybody's in the background like, get it! Eat her! But they're still squaring up. And they're still squaring up. And at this point, I'm like, Rolly, give me some snacks. Or better yet, turn up the music because we're about to do the cha-cha slide, baby. Let's tango! They might as well have went in the house and changed, put on some dresses, some heels, and really did it because they were wasting time. I don't know what that was all about, but that had to be the longest square-up of all history. Either way, they finally stop playing games and they get in that fade. And once again, I gotta say, Code Killer definitely took that. She got in more hits. But unfortunately, to our surprise, as they break it up, we notice that Code Killer feels a breeze against her scalp. She's braidless. She done lost a goddamn braid. But that's okay, because Tink is walking around with one eye shut closed. So I think we can call it an even. Now, I don't know why or what for, but at this time, it seems that this fight has enticed Tasiki's appetite. She turns to Summer, and I don't know what the hell she says, but I know Summer says, "Why do you want to fight me?" And I'm just like, now, Summer, you know why. Before Summer could fully understand that she is now on the menu, Taseki's pimp hands are ready. And honestly, I just looked at this like, wow, we might as well just start calling her Big T. Just like Big P, Pennywise. Because I'm just saying, the way she was playing with her food, it was something else. Summer tries to get away and she says, "You're not going to slap me though." But Taseki is determined. Nothing is getting in the way of this meal today. Taseki warns Summer to watch her mouth, but Summer just keeps on running it. At the end of the day, she said, "No one is going to shut me up." Taseki charges at Summer, and Summer at this point is windmilling for her life. It was quite sad because I can honestly see that Taseki knew that she could do something crazy to her, but she was holding back. She definitely was. Summer is swinging, yet she's missing. Talking about, "You're weird, yet I still believe Krishan." And I'm just like, damn, Summer is bold. Taseki keeps taunting her, and we watch the dance of a hunter and its prey. Summer's talking about, "What up, though?" As Taseki keeps reminding her to watch her mouth. She takes a swing, and I'm still wondering if it landed. But either way, she gives her another warning to watch her mouth, and Summer says, "I ain't watching shit." Taseki says, "All right, then run it." Summer's like, "You ain't no bully." And I'm not gonna hold you. Did I understand what she meant when she said that? Yes, absolutely, because that's the energy that Taseki gives. At the end of the day, she knows what she can do with Summer. Like I said, she's playing with her food. Summer finally gets lucky and takes a swing and bops Taseki on top of the head. I said at that moment, yeah, she's about to go on demon time. Lucky shot or not, Taseki ain't taking that. So she goes in for a full combo. And again, I'm not gonna hold you because she definitely hit her with some clean ones. But if you notice, they were a bunch of body shots. Because she know what she can do. But that was enough for the girls to see. They break it up and they're like, "Look, this is enough." Natalie tries to get Summer off the scene just for Krishan to pop up on the scene. And I'm just like, damn, it's about to get worse. But once Summer notices that Krishan is on the scene, she returns and says, "Krishan, beat her up." Krishan is still confused and she's just like, why? Summer continues to yell, "Beat her ass! Beat her ass!" And I'm just like, hey, yo, Summer is truly wilding right now. Everybody's telling her to be quiet, shut up, and all of this, and she is not trying to hear it. Either way, when she gets done letting us know that she likes Krishan more than Taseki, Taseki ends up coming up to Krishan like, "Look, what's going on? I seen the video, what's going on?" She's talking mad low, so honestly, when I first seen it, I didn't even know what the hell she was saying. But Krishan stands there very confused. Video? What are you talking about? Huh? What? Which makes me kind of feel like, was she acting like she didn't know what she was talking about? Intentionally? I mean, honestly, I kind of feel like Taseki was beating around a goddamn bush. Just be direct and say what the hell you got to say. I'm saying she said the video, but it's not like she said what in the video, if you get what I mean. Taseki keeps trying and Krishan is just like, what? What video? It just seemed like she had no interest on even figuring it out. At this point, can I blame her? Because everything around here is too damn chaotic. Krishan keeps on saying, "What video?" And at this point, Taseki is just like, you know what, just fucking forget it. But to be real, the girls were just in the way. They were too much in the way where I just kind of felt like the conversation was not going to be able to be had. But hey, I'm just saying. Krishan can't get out a goddamn word. Everyone's involved and Taseki looks like she's about to have a goddamn I'm hangry attack. Somebody, anybody, hand her a damn Snickers. Summer is still yelling, "Beat her ass! Beat her ass!" as Big Legs tells her to shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna lie, at this moment I felt kind of bad for Summer because I'm just like, even though she got herself in this situation by involving herself inside people's family, problematic personal matters, I still feel like, damn, it's already enough she feels like everyone is against her. And then for her friends to be coming at her the way that they are, it's just like, it kind of just rubbed me the wrong way. Cause hey, I mean, I might have to shut the fuck up, but you could tell me in a different way. Lex continues to try to talk to her and Gretchen even involves herself. But Summer doesn't give a damn. Tommy is all in Taseki's face and I'm just like, girl, you better back up before she decides to take on a second meal. Taseki's looking crazy and it's just pure chaos. She turns to Krishan and lets her know, like, look, if I wanted you, I would have been had you. Krishan stands there very confused still. Honestly, Tasiki is all over the goddamn place right now, talking about apologies, talking about she want to fight. It's just all over the place. But then she says something that I did understand. She said, you got this bitch going crazy. Tell the truth, Krishan. Or you apologize to me, but you want to apologize right here. Which is rightfully so. If you humiliate me in public, you apologize to me in public. So she got that. But what I did not understand is the blame that she was actually putting on Krishan, that someone else had a reaction to the news that she shared with the world. I mean, she cannot do nothing about that, sweetheart. People are going to feel the way that they feel. They're going to have their own reaction to it. And you trying to blame Krishan for that, to me, was kind of out of line. I mean, I get it. But I mean, what can she do about that? Either way, there was no solution. Tasiki continued to yell as Krishan stood there, continuing to look confused. Tasiki ain't trying to let nobody talk as she continues to have a hangry fit. This all could have been solved with just a Snickers. Just saying. Tasiki talking about she's the most booked baddie, and I'm just like, Natalie, what the fuck does that got to do with anything? Continues to ramble on, and Natalie's just like, just let Krishan talk. Krishan stands there with tears in her eyes as everyone continues to yell, starting to see that we're all confused at this moment because, like I was saying, just be direct. Say what you need to say. Krishan asks as if she can talk, and Tasiki turns to her like, no, because you don't care about me. Your son is my son, and your son is mine. Honestly, I was confused. I don't know what the hell she was talking about, but yeah, y'all saw it. There was something about siblings and kids, but either way, she gets into this real rasp like, it mushes Krishan in the face. Not with her hands, with her head. It was an emotional moment. Tasiki walks away crying and then circles back around, and it's just an emotional moment. I'm just still confused. I'm just like, I guess. I don't know why we're doing all this. But either way, we have Summer in the background calling Krishan. Krishan goes over there, and they start talking. She actually goes up there to try to speak to her and say, look, chill out. Summer still ain't trying to hear that, and Tasiki peeps what's going on. She heads up the stairs. They're going back and forth, and she ends up knocking them niggas down them steps. And that was quite interesting because Summer wasn't the only one that fell. Dolly fell too, and she sure wasn't mad. She laughed it off. And I'm just like, yeah, you guys are acting real different. Either way, Tasiki, Marsh, and Krishan have this weird moment where Krishan almost turns up on Marsh. And I'm just like, once again, what the hell is going on? Summer's in the background, back on the goddamn steps, and Anna makes a sneak attack. I'm like, yo, she's good for those. Now, I immediately looked around and said, where's Big Lex? Where's Dolly? And I only said that because I'm just used to their ways. But once again, things are real different now. Either way, it was a damn mess. Sergeant Rolly ends up rolling up on Summer like, no, calm down. Calm down. I don't care. Calm down. Stop. I'm like, God damn, Rolly. Are you her mother? No, I'm not going to hold you. Yes, I understand why she felt like she needed to give her that approach. But at the same damn time, I'm like, this is all just way too much. It's all too much. And I honestly feel bad for Summer. Once again, because the whole house is against her. Regardless of the matter, that's just the way I'm seeing it. As Sergeant Rolly is laying down the law, Tasiki comes in for a sneak punch, and I'm like, wow, where the fuck is Dolly and Lex? Oh yeah, things are different now. And this is how I see it when it comes to Dolly and Lex now. I feel like ever since they've been called out for not jumping in when it comes to Tasiki, they just been slowly backing up from everything. They don't want to look flawed, and they don't want to admit that they might just be a little afraid. Dolly don't want the business again, and Lex don't want the business to begin with. Either way, that sneak punch sends them all into the house, and it's still just chaotic. Screaming and a bunch of nonsense going on. Either way, we see that Tommy has actually went into the other room with Summer to console her. And I'm like, oh wow, I didn't expect that. She started to cry, and then Lex came out of nowhere and decided that she wanted to cry too. I don't know if that was genuine. I'm sorry, but I just don't. The episode ends with Tasiki deciding that she wanted second rounds. She wasn't full yet. And I'm just like, damn, Summer, you're doomed. Well, that wraps it up for episode 3. And I guess that's just about it that we're going to be doing today. Oh. You want me to do episode 4? All right, well, fuck it. Let's hit rewind. We're going to highlight the moments of episode 4 and 5. So here it goes. Tasiki finishes her full course meal as they drag her out. Summer looks pitiful. Tommy yells in Tasiki's face as if she can't get ate too. Tasiki cries, still going on a hangry rant, and I'm just like, how much meals do you need? Cold Killer and Tinkerbell go in for another fade, and I'm just about tired of them. Tinker, just let it go. Summer and Lex are still at odds, still not getting along. Lex says, put some ice on that lip, and she just still says, no. Honestly, Big Lex, your approach wasn't right. I get what you were trying to do, but as one of her friends, there was a better way of going about it. Tommy and Tasiki have a kumbaya. Krishan makes fun of Biggie, and Biggie does nothing. As Tasiki continues to have a hangry breakdown. We notice the energy has shifted. Rolly seems a bit nervous. And I only say that because she's usually popping it, but she was just standing there just waiting. Daisy pops up and I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. The BBW beatdown. Daisy comes in like, oh, so what was that you said about my kids? Rolly said, look, I only got one round for you. So basically, you already know what's about to happen. Daisy takes off her earrings and they square up and get that going. I'm not gonna lie, I had to watch this a couple times, but Daisy definitely did get that. Rolly, good job. You lost that one, love. You did. Daisy's running around like, you can't fuck with me. You can't fuck with me. Anna, by the way, did jump in, but it didn't make a difference. They're going back and forth. Rolly says, yeah, all right, I'm the blueprint. The only Rolly. Rolly says something else, and they just started going at it again. Woo! It was anticipated, and I enjoyed every minute. Daisy reminds her that she can't fuck with her, as Rolly's over there just ripping her wig in shreds. Rolly says, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder where you are. Something, something up so high, Rolly, blueprint in the sky. I'm just like, only Rolly, man. Daisy then starts searching for who the hell just jumped in, and it was just kind of funny because Summer didn't waste no time to say it was Anna. And Anna and her had a discussion, and honestly, the energy was quite different if you ask me. Real different. She seen how she kept up with Rolly and said, I don't want no parts. Rolly then yells, your booty looks like a sack of potatoes. Daisy said, you got your body done and look at you. I don't know, I guess that must have triggered Rolly because all of a sudden she comes up out of her clothes. Everybody was pretty appalled. Was it grits? Was it a full moon? I don't know. But shout out to the BBWs. Daisy says, come on, bitch. And she strikes a bow-legged pose. I'm like, yo, they're both a cackle. They're both a cackle. They're going back and forth, and it's just pure entertainment. Let's head fast forward. Sergeant really stands up on Summer again, and I'm just kind of confused. I'm like, didn't we just get done saying that we felt bad for her? I guess really didn't really feel bad. And that's fine, but I just feel like no one wants to feel like the whole damn cast is against them. Just saying. The baddies show up for rehearsal, their first one, and the baddie OGs was looking gooder than a motherfucker. Natalie makes her announcements and starts passing out baddie chains. People are emotional, and they are thankful. I think at this moment, Natalie is truly starting to feel that love that she is yearning for. Everybody was happy putting on their chains, and I guess they were too damn happy, because Summer had a problem. She walks up on goddamn persuasion, and baby, did she not redeem herself? I gotta give credit when it's due. And hey, man, that's what really wraps it up. Episodes 3-5, the chaos, the drama, the rivalries, all of it. And I enjoyed every second. I hope you guys did too. I hope you enjoy your holidays. Shout out to my supporters, my alien gang. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, and one more thing. I didn't forget. Episode 5 didn't give me much, but all that it did was Big Lex and Summer got into it again, and tears were shed. I looked at this quite strange because I just said to myself, this looks like more than friendship, and it might be leading into the accusations that are made. Scotty meets up with Tommy and Big Lex, and I could just say, wow, what took so long? I don't know if it was genuine, but I'ma just keep a close eye. Tavy gets mad because Tommy calls her DMX. Then Krishan and DJ Sky get into it. Now this here took away the confusion from Krishan, and now I'm confused. I don't really understand. I really don't. But as I know today, that friendship is over. Now let me know how you feel about all the episodes that have aired so far, and the one that will be airing this Sunday. And that's all I got. And until next time, y'all, I'm out.